Hello again, Stephen. It might seem weird that since I work in the medical field, I'm not going to be talking about the medical crisis going on in our nation right now, but that will probably be the topic of my next video in 2 weeks, depending on how things are going. But today I'm going to be talking about something light, not even light. I'm going to be talking today about something completely superfluous. I knew that eventually I would be talking about something coffee related on this channel. I just didn't think that it would start with travel mugs, of all things. But here we are, and that's what we're going to talk about today. So let's talk about travel mugs. So if you clicked on this video hoping to hear me talk about this, I will be talking about this, but later in the video. As with all my videos, first, I like to begin with a little bit of context. So I've been an avid coffee drinker since my early teens, but it wasn't until college that I actually found the need to have a travel mug. I just needed something to put my coffee in to take to work, so I went down to Starbucks and got whatever I found on the shelf that looked good to me. And I bought this, and that thing lasted me for years. But through the years, as the coffee I was making at home got better, it became more apparent that the coffee I was getting out of my travel mug did not taste the same as the coffee I was drinking out of my mug at home. I can't talk about coffee without actually drinking coffee, so hang on. So like I said, the coffee I was drinking out of the travel mug, not tasting great anymore. So when it came time to get a new mug, I decided I want something different. I didn't know exactly what, I just knew I needed something other than the stainless steel. So I went out looking for something different, and what I found was a Bubba travel mug that was lined with ceramic. The logic was that the ceramic wouldn't pass on any negative taste to the coffee, and the results were fantastic. Like, legitimately, the taste was night and day from what I had been drinking out of the travel mug in the past. So this is the Bubba travel mug that I purchased. If you're looking for a critical review of that, the flavor was great coming out of it. It was very durable. I didn't love the design, and it only kept your coffee warm for about 3 to 4 hours. And when sipping out of it, there was a little bit of a flaw in the drinking mechanism. It had this little flap on top that you would have to flip up to drink, and whenever you put it to your mouth, condensation from the flap would touch your nose and get your nose wet. Not only that, but there was a little ventilation hole on the top of the lid, and the condensation would always build up and clog that, so you would have to unclog it before you would actually have to take a drink. What I'm saying sounds fussy, and it absolutely is a fussy complaint about this. It just seems like there could be an improvement in the design such that you wouldn't have to do that, since you look kind of silly doing that every time you're taking a drink out of your coffee mug. When it came time to get a new one, I wanted to look for something different. I found this, the only travel mug in Contigo's extensive lineup that has ceramic on the inside. I like the look of this a lot better than the Bubba mug. I found that it keeps coffee warmer longer than the Bubba. I get about 4 to 5 hours of warm coffee out of this. One criticism is the lid. They gave it this kind of unique twist top design where you have to twist to reveal the drinking hole. And while it does work well, the top sliding part is a little bit flimsy. It only took accidentally dropping this from about a 3-foot height to put a little crack in the lid. And then a few months later, I dropped it again. And basically now at this point, I have this whole slot missing on the lid right now. So that's how we came to the point where I needed a new travel mug once again. And that is how we come to me buying this. So this is the Fellow Carter Everywhere mug. If you haven't heard of the Fellow brand, well, frankly, I don't know how you found this video, or you're Steven. The Fellow brand is a line of products that make basically high-end, kind of high-end coffee making, coffee brewing products. Let's first talk about what the hell were they thinking with this travel mug? I don't know if it's going to translate on the video here, but this is just slightly wider than a regular travel mug, but it's wide enough that it no longer fits in a standard car cup holder. Also, this is a thermos style design such that you have to screw up the top in order to access the contents and take a drink out of it. So if this is their addition to the travel mug world, why did they make a mug that does not fit in car cup holders and you can't drink while on the go? Luckily, those two shortcomings do not apply to my use for this. I don't drink this on the go. I fill it before work, take it to work, and then drink it there. So let's talk about the good of this mug. First of all, it looks awesome. Second, because this is a thermostyle mug, this keeps your coffee hot for a very long time. Let's talk about the inside. Of course, it's ceramic. It's not literally ceramic on the inside like you get with the Bubba. This is kind of a ceramic lining in here. Now, the rim of this is metal, so technically the coffee is coming into contact with metal on its way out while you're taking a drink off of this, but I have not noticed this to impart any alteration in the flavor. Fellow also points out that they made the drinking rim extremely narrow such that it makes it a lot easier to sip. So my review of this overall is that I love this mug. I've been very happy with it. But the fact that it keeps my coffee hotter for longer, I didn't know that would be as big of a deal to me as it has ended up being. So I've had this for about 2 weeks now, and I've been very pleased with the results. One issue that I initially did have with it is that since you have to take the lid off, condensation does build up in this top part here. So what I started doing was pouring hot water into this to preheat it before I would pour my coffee in there. It still builds up condensation, but not nearly as much as if you were to put the hot coffee in there when this is cold. But the flavor you get out of this is amazing. It looks amazing. It keeps your coffee hot for so long. I kind of wish that they had made it just a little bit narrower and a little bit taller. It would function better as a mug overall. That being said, I've been very happy with this mug and I would recommend it to anybody. So like I said today, Stephen, a little bit of a lighter video today. I do have thoughts I want to share on the COVID-19 pandemic, and obviously I have a unique perspective because I'm working in the emergency department while all this is going on. So depending on what is happening in 2 weeks, I'll be sharing my thoughts. Stephen, as always, I hope that you post a video on here soon, and I will see you in 2 weeks. Bye.